beautiful waves rolling through. Consistency down a little bit from yesterday, but that's actually a good thing because you can see how much cleaner the waves are right now. And yes, the heavyweights are coming out for the super bouts right here. Gabriel Medina, world #1 in the Jeep yellow jersey, going up against Michel Bourez, the Spartan.
Isn't it cool to see how in 15 years so much has changed in regards to surfing and surfers? We'll get back to that in a second. This is Gabby up and riding.
Current world #1, Gabriel Medina. Big floater to start. You see the wind up there. Already 3 turns in. Does not like the rest of that wave. It is truly, I mean, he is a unique specimen in terms of what he can do on these waves.
And in comparison to all the other waves that we saw ridden prior to this heat, this wave was very short, Chris. It was just maybe 80 meters of ridden ride compared to what we have seen between 200 and 400 meters. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to score this. It was basically a quick float, a tap on the outside, and then the wave completely backed off. So Gabby almost digging his rail, falling off, but he's just so strong, pushes right around. 3 maneuvers on the outside section.
Yeah, that is our title match for the first time ever. We're so excited to guarantee surf fans that the title will be won in the water. That chair up the beach for whoever wins is going to be extra special for so many reasons. And now, turning things up, Gabriel Medina doing Gabriel Medina things. His backhand is absolutely lethal. He doesn't need to go to the air when heats because he's got plenty of power. When you look at his lower body, and that's really where all the power and the momentum comes from, the core strength, of course, but you see most of the movement generated by his legs, his hips. You know, his arms kind of just do a pendulum swing to kind of finish his maneuvers. Oh, that was fun. That was easy. That was just kind of like a curb cut ollie for Gabriel Medina. Get a good payday. Let's make him earn it. I don't mind making him paddle back out. It's kind of fun to see the best do what the rest of us have to do.
And how about those 3 maneuvers out the back for Gabby? It was so smart of him to, as he was coming up the lip on that second maneuver, I almost felt like he was too close to the whitewater in the pocket. And as he pushed, he also extended his legs out into the face of the wave, out into the shoulder, allowing him to kind of get a really easy landing off that first and second maneuver. So really smart surfing from Gabby. Obviously, he knows that he has to link it all the way through. He saw that he got a 2.83 out the back, and that's not going to...
I think they got that from sea turtles. They invented that cooling maneuver. 27:33 to go. Our first look at Perez. He finds a pit.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful tube ride for the Tahitian and a big Spartan-style turn. Perez now throwing fire.
Wave looking great on the midsection.
Another big carve as he cruises through to this inside section. Full intensity, rails engaged. A beautiful wall for Michel Bourez to work with, so the weight was worth it. Now it's all about how he finishes. And I don't think he needs to force anything through this inside section. He can kind of just wait for this wave to unfold. The judges most likely have a score in their mind, but they're going to save it up for the reversal. Perez.
There you go.
That's exactly what you need to do when you're surfing against Gabriel Medina. Leave no doubt in the mind of the judges. That right there has to be up in the excellent range.
You're going to wait 17.5 minutes to catch a wave in a heat against Medina. You better do what Michel Bourez did. Perfectly positioned, almost disappears completely from you from this angle. Comes out and does a big Spartan gash out into the open face. So big turns out the back combined with a barrel. That already, in my eyes, is an excellent score. But we are at Barra. We need to connect it all the way to the inside. So from the angle we were looking at the wave from, it looked like it was going to have a nice mid section. It actually went pretty flat, Chris. He did really well to stay with it. You can see how he narrows his stance a little bit, making himself lighter on the surfboard, waiting, not really rushing things. And he did something that for many of us would have been a little bit unexpected. Tail free, over the lip, 180 degrees around. That's a big maneuver.
That's what people come here for, right? Get tubed on the outside of the rock.
Usually you don't get a chance to get a wave like that here at Barra, but Michel Bourez went to town. How high are we going to go? Is it better that at 7.0?
Enters the Fantasy Surf League with the hopes of beating all your friends in the league. Well, there's more at stake, which I'll tell you about after the Spartan does work. I love how tight an arc he can throw. You know, you look at him and he's just so thick. He's just a buff, strong guy.
Opposite to 30-70 on the front foot. Really clean surfing, big gash. You knew he wanted to improve on his situation, get another score on the board, not really just rely on that 8.0. It is very humid right now. It is not that dry Phoenix, Arizona heat.
It's not a dry heat. Well, Michel Bourez currently sitting at 29th on the CT rankings. He's got some work to do, and he just had to let Gabriel Medina go on this wave. Gabe did have priority. Michel took a look, but couldn't do anything about it. So Medina, we'll see if this wave selection will pay off. He's got 8.5 minutes after this wave. Nice fin blast right there. Another big backside whip. Another. Guy is relentless. Do a couple more. Why not? Never surprised. There's a replay from Medina's last wave. Love that cool takeoff. This was a 6, Calais.
But what a way to get a 6. Didn't really barrel on the outside section. And not a lot happening before he gets to that mid, but there was that turn right there. He made it count. There was finally a coping to the lip, and not only did he have the element of flow, but there was a little bit of variety in every single maneuver. Fortunately, that inside section kind of running away from him.
And that last series of 4 turns was spectacular. And here we go. Ethan Ewing on the outside, McGillivray on the inside. All surfers going maximum overdrive right now. Perez on the inside.
And we're going to focus also our attention on what Ethan Ewing did out the back. Michel still winding through that midsection, but Ethan Ewing just went to town on the outside. 3 massive blasts. You can see how the wave that Michel Bourez is on just kind of pushed that extra water away.
I love this aerial view of how tight that lineup is. Okay, Medina surfing for a 6.11. Nice turns out the back. Generating speed, goes for the rodeo, gets it. Incredibly, out of nowhere, Medina showing the flare. Now building speed down the line. It's unfathomable that you can do that trick and then continue to apply the pressure. Yeah. I think I mentioned earlier that this man does not get nervous. I don't think he has nerves in his body. His veins run cold with ice. Yes, we agree. Hands up. Rashi and Kalohe Andino will be coming up. But let's talk about this wave. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, this wave was really tough to ride. There's no way. That's not supposed to happen. That was magic. He had no speed. The section was not there. It was a bumpy, lumpy, weird part of the wave. How do you do that?
That's crazy to think that you have the ability to actually do a maneuver like that under pressure on a wave that really didn't have that speed to be generated on, and then links it all the way to the inside and goes really vertical in this last maneuver. Powerful, pivoting his body. Of course you claim that. How could you not? You don't have that much time. You caught that wave with under a minute remaining, and you went upside down in the air, grabbing his rails. Back foot tends to kind of want to slip off. Perfectly positioned on that surfboard. Both feet stay on.
But it's not over yet. Perez now fighting back. Time's going to be up on the Perez heat with Gabriel. All right, well, get your calculators out. This is going to be a battle of these last 2 waves. We do not know what the score Medina will get on that last wave. We do know it was better than that wave from Perez with that combination of radical maneuver.
And under Michel Bourez on the outside, this wave looking so good. Clean open face carves. A little bit of a sleepy section that he floats around, but this wave kind of starts bending outwards, Chris, and I think that's where it kind of went against Michel. Clean wrap, but he was looking for something a little bit more exciting. Loses the speed coming off the bottom and digs his rate.
Medina's got to be feeling confident, so he needed a 6.11. before that last wave of Perez.
That was
Can you believe?
incredible.
I was just about to say, I can't believe what just happened, but then it's Gabriel Medina, so it's not surprising at all.